Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Please help me welcome back a lovely soul, an excellent reader, and a friend, Sheila of Celtic Tarot. Sheila,
Hello.
how are you?
Pleasure to be back. I'm doing well.
Good, good. So, so glad to hear it. Are you? Is the weather improving?
Well, we
Is it
were
getting
having
better?
70-degree weather. We were doing really, really well. Yesterday, then it snowed, I think maybe 6 or 7 inches. But the sun's out today. Most of it's melted. That's how Colorado goes. It
Yeah,
was just an
sounds
inconvenience, but we needed it
yeah, sounds
so
very
bad.
much like Alberta. That you really before you leave the house, you really do need to dress for all four seasons because you probably might go through each and every one of them at some point during the day. So
Yes.
so
Always
there's
keep
that.
either a coat or a jacket in the car just in case,
An
no matter what.
umbrella, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, totally, totally.
Oh, says
So
where's Panda? Panda is at the spa right now. She's getting her monthly spa, so she won't be joining us today.
oh,
She getting her hair trimmed, her nails done, teeth brushed, and putting her little bows in. Yeah. So
oh, she's gonna look adorable when she's done.
yes. Yes, she
Totally.
is.
Oh, perfect. So what's happening on your channel that you want to tell folks about? What are you up to?
Well, what am I up to? Oh, well, some of that stuff can't go on camera. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, all right.
Some can't go on camera. No, up on my channel, I have finally gotten over the hump. I'm able to start, making videos again by myself. For a while, there it was a little difficult. I really had a hard time. Collaborations, for some reason, when I was collaborating with my friends in this, in the psychic world, I was able to keep my emotions under control. But by myself, it was it was awful, but anyways, got over that hump. So back on my channel, definitely some remote. I think my last video was a remote view. uh and let's see what else. Oh, I still have a few. If you want a reading with me before April is up, go check that out, because I have come to the conclusion I'm only going to do like January, February, March, and a little bit of April, to do some readings, and then I'm cutting it off because I just get too busy throughout the rest of the
Yes,
year to do that. So if you want to book a reading with me, I prefer Zoom, but I'll do FaceTime too if you have that. And what else? I think
there
that's
you
it.
go. And
Yep.
um they can reach out to you via email, or how do they get in touch
They
with you and
go.
say, Sheila, I'd like to book a reading.
So if you've missed any of the links underneath my videos, what you can do is go to my posts, and every once in a while just scroll down on my posts and the link there to book, and you go to the booking, you pick a day, you pick your time zone, all that fun stuff. It's really easy. Really, really, really
Perfect.
easy. Yep.
Perfect. There you go, you guys. So yeah, make sure that you do that. You won't be sorry. Honestly, you won't be sorry. So I know that we all of us that do readings, um, you know, we do it because we love to do it, right? Lots of information comes out, and you'd be surprised at how much stuff can be covered in half an hour or an hour. It's amazing sometimes the things that come up.
And
So
that's our
yeah,
work, right?
yes,
That's that's the meat and the potatoes of the work that we actually do. We get on
yes,
YouTube, we do videos, you guys get to watch us, we were, answer questions and stuff like that. But the spiritual work is one on one with another person and giving them spiritual information and spiritual
yeah,
messages that helps them with their life. That's the work.
yes, yes,
So,
yeah, exactly. This is the fun part, you
yeah.
know. Absolutely,
Oh, the other is fun too. Don't get it wrong, but
yes,
that's where we do our best work, is on one-on-one doing readings and giving spiritual messages to those who need them.
absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, guys, check it out. Go over, and I do have Sheila's information listed in the description of the video. So make sure that you go over there and um, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you're not subscribed to our channel, what's wrong with you?
I know.
Really?
I'm like, where have you been? That's why I always, where have you been?
You're missing all the fun stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
It's fun over
And then,
here. We have cookies. Okay, go ahead.
yes, I saw a t-shirt the other day and it says, it said, no, I want to see the candy before I get into the van. I'm not stupid.
Right, exactly. What kind do you get?
Yeah.
I mean, it
So,
matters.
yeah, there you go.
Dollar store or
Yes, that's right. The real stuff.
yeah.
So thank you, all of you for joining us. I take it as a hello to each and every one of you individually, but you know, we've got 69 people here already. So if I stop and say hello to each and every one of you, we're not going to have a show to do. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, leave a comment at after the show is over. 7 characters or longer. It really helps with the algorithm, and it's going to get Sheila and I out in front of people who want to hear what we have to say. They just don't know where we are. And so when you do that, it helps with the algorithm and it gets things out. So for those of you that have been asking, the last time that Sheila and I got together, we did some remote viewing with a twist, if you will, and it was something that that Sheila came up with at some point last year, and we decided, well, you know what? We'll just throw it out there and see what happens. And oh boy, did it work? So, how does that remote viewing with a twist work? Well, we'll take turns doing a remote viewing on a particular thing, and while one of us is doing the remote view, the other one is holding up cards. And it is fascinating that at the end of each one, when you compare what was coming up in the remote view and the cards that came out, oh, yeah, it it was amazing. So you asked for it, so we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again.
Yay.
So first thing I thought that we might take a look at is, yeah, the Trump and the Iran situation is on everybody's mind. That's what everyone is focusing on. And I thought it might be interesting to go in and see things from the point of view of the Iranian people, the regular people that are, you know, they just they want to raise their families, they want to be happy, they want to have a roof over their head, they want to be fed. You know, that's basically that's all they want. So um, how are they feeling about what's going on? What do they think? So does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I can definitely take it. Am I doing it first or are you?
Yeah, you're the guest. You go first.
Okay, there's an echo,
So yeah,
of course.
you do the remote view, and I will toss the cards. And which
Okay.
one shall I do? The investigation, or no? I'll do the governance. Yeah,
There you go. And
do the
there's an
governance.
echo, so if you wanted to mute it, probably.
Oh,
I know. I don't know
okay.
why it does that.
Let's do this.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, then that works. All right, everyone. How I usually do my remote views is I just take deep breaths and then I blow them out. And what that does for me is I remove my ego and and open up the pathway as to where spirit has the information. Now I go into the Akashic records, so a lot of my stuff is symbolic. A lot of stuff is, what spirit wants us to know about what the whole situation is. Okay, so just kind of remember that. It gets weird on occasion, but there's always meaning behind it. So there you go. I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to take a look at it and see what's going on with the Iranian people. Now, my feeling on the Iranian people before I even close my eyes, the feeling that I have is like a relief and scared all at the same time. They really have been through it, and so that I'm going into that energy first off. So I just letting you know. Whew. Okay. Okay, let's go. What are the Iranian people? They're like, it was already hard. Okay, first off, everything is red. The whole landscape hue is red. Now, this is probably indicative to the warning or, the fear that's on everybody's mind right now. I keep on seeing Iranian men. Well, they have a covering. I don't know what it's called. Maybe a turban. I don't know. It's covering, and they have, their robes and stuff on. But they are doing busy work right now. They're like taking their wives and their children and stashing them somewhere. Gathering up all of their things, moving their families to maybe a cave or to a safer space. They know what this all means. But the men are very proud. They will fight if they have to fight. They're not like, we don't want to fight. They're like, we'll fight in their own language. They'll fight. But they're putting their families in a safe place, away from the chaos. And their goats. I don't know why they're bringing up their goats, but they're taking their goats. The reason why I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm having a really hard time swallowing and breathing, so I'm trying to figure out what that's all about. Maybe it's the tension that they feel. Maybe that's just a paralyzing fear that they feel. In one way, they are happy that, their whole lives have changed because of that guy that got killed, but they all know that unless they take them all out, not much is going to change because that's been their experience. I'm trying to go into the cities more and see what they're going to do. The men are just doing busy work. All right. So there's the people. I'm going to try to go into the government side, or, I'm going to see what they say, what they're doing. They are planning. So I went from the whole hue of the country being red to now in the capital or wherever I'm at with these dignitaries. Now I went from poor to rich. Everything in this building is like emerald green. They are, you can tell that they have money. Everybody's dressed better. They're not dirty. They, all of that stuff. But they are all around this table. Now, I have to tell you, I'm pretty sure this is not what their table looks like, but to me, it's showing like a table that has, it's something you would see in a mystical movie, like a futuristic, beautiful, like green marble table. And I don't know why they're showing me this because I'm pretty sure that's not what it looks like, but it's like mystical, as if they're in the future as if they have futuristic ideas, or they're more educated than they have ever. Oh, that's what it is. They they're more futuristic than people think. Ah, and they're planning, and they're tired. Like, I'm tired of being a target. That's something that we talked about, Marina and I talked about before, but they're literally feeling it and thinking they're tired of being a target. They're tired of, like, if you want a war, we're going to give you a war. Hmm. Oh my goodness. So, all those busy men that I was talking about, they're all walking up in this building, and they have these little coin purses, and they're laying it all out onto this table and like giving them their money. Either they're giving it to them, or the Iranians, they're taking it. I don't know, but every one of them are kind of giving a little purse with money on it, and they're putting it on the table. Jiminy Christmas. And then they're walking off, and I don't see them like, they just don't really seem too upset about it, to be honest. The men, they have a, maybe they're prideful, they have a lot of pride, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna come up and out of that. My chest is starting to hurt really, really bad. I don't know what all of that part is. Okay, I'm coming out.
Wow.
What did you get? Yeah, what did you get with the cards? I can't wait to.
Well, I
You muted yourself, honey.
there we go. Okay. Yeah, there was quite a few. So when you first started and you were talking about there being red and fear and whatnot, the card that came out was good outcome. And I was drawn to the red heart and the red ground, right? That the red in the air. So certainly picked up on that. You and when you were talking about again the men taking the women to safety and so on, I got drone strike. And
Oh,
again, look
wow.
at the red. There's the red package, and there's red in there. There's helicopters, definitely. Um, yeah, things going on. There there is also a kind of a pride that goes with, like, when I look at this guy's face, it's he's not afraid of what's going on around him. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
all
That was
right,
weird. The men are like, you want one? Let's go.
yes, yes, exactly. Um, and yeah, when you were when you mentioned about, yeah, they will fight, they will do whatever, yeah, they will. And the card that I got at that point was rescue revived. That
Mm.
is, they do have a plan. And again, look at the red is
Yep.
since you started out with red, it's what's been prominent, right? They're um they are they're working on a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. And to them, they're being as controlled as they can be. Okay, they are. There is some concern, especially with when you mentioned the um, Ayatollah being taken out. Okay, that, yeah, I got control
Control.
puppet. That
Mm.
yeah, a lot of people did see him um, as being a control puppet, and also as controlling the population as well, which is what he did. And part of what they were concerned about with the Ayatollah was the imprisoned, detained, the people um, who were taken out at his command, who were silenced, right? And it's funny because, yeah, at about that same time is when you were talking about breathing and having a hard time breathing. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's the silenced, right?
Yeah.
Um, there, when you mentioned the government, um, what I got was compromised and harmful.
Wow.
So the government is um, that the whole regime is compromised, right? And the when you mentioned gathering around the table, and seeing everyone around that table is heavy burdens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that they realize that this, the through all the years that Ayatollah has been in charge, that he has placed a heavy burden on the people.
Yeah.
And here they are being asked to pay for debts that they did not incur. And then when you were talking about um, them being futuristic and looking to the future, I got sun. Yes, positive.
Yeah,
So
people don't know how advanced they are. That's the kind of feeling of that. Like they've
yes,
kept their advancements a secret.
yes, yeah. Um, not their advancement, not only in the world, but spiritually, their
Yeah.
advancement. And I think that when you were mentioning about the men coming by and dropping their coin purses, I got a
A
sinking ship.
sinking ship. Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
yeah, we can take that as okay, all right. Yeah, the government is going down. We need a new government, so we need to support that. So yeah, we'll give you, you know, we'll will help out financially. The other thing that I thought was interesting, because when a sinking ship, you can make it go down a lot faster if you throw things in it,
Mm,
right? So
right.
it's almost like, yeah, the government is falling. Let's like a tower moment. Let's help it fall apart.
Right, but I don't think it's the Iranian government. I think the
Hmm.
government is they need money to take out like Israel.
Yes. Yeah.
They have they're gonna yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, yeah, I was fascinated as these were coming out, and I thought to myself at one point, am I pulling too many cards? But it was like, no, just go with whatever
Yeah, go
comes,
with
just go with it. But
correct.
yeah, yeah, they were absolutely fabulous. So
Fantastic. All right.
um,
So I'm like a little kid. Let's do you. Let's do you.
that's just the Gemini in you coming out. You
I
can't help
know.
it.
I know.
Okay, let me put these away down here. And okay, uh,
Mouse
where do
Girl
we
is
want to go?
lurking. We like lurkers. Oh yeah, what?
Yes, you're not lurking. That's good. Yeah. And what what do you want me to look
What
at?
do you what do we want to look at? What do you know, Christy Nome just got fired, right?
Yes.
So now our you know, check the boxes. Democrats were right about that. Um, and she wasn't good, and she was a liar, and this, that, and the other. So now let's look at Pam Bondi,
Oh,
because that's the other
okay.
woman they can take down, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to let you do you. And this, I'm going to use my true crime cards as you do yours
Oh,
because she's a DOJ.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I do very much similar to what Sheila does is to get out of my own way, to not have any expectations of outcome and so on, just to kind of, I'm sitting in a dark theater and I'm looking up and whatever comes on the screen is going to come on the screen. Okay. So Pam Bondi is pissed and she's afraid. And she doesn't know which one she needs to pay attention to. She's angry that she's not being given enough credit for the things that she has done. She's walking around her office. She's walking around her desk, and it's like, oh, who she curses like a sailor. Um, yeah, she's just very, very angry that she feels she's not getting the respect, that no one understands how difficult it is to keep up with this image. And it's funny, I've never seen her wear a scarf, but she has a scarf on and she's playing with it, twirling it, almost like it's a noose around her neck. Like she's trying to find a way out. She's not sure that she can carry this much further. She's very angry that people are not listening to what she's telling them. And they're not, it's almost, she feels like people are withholding information from her. And they're not. They're not. It's people are afraid to bring information forward. Okay. She is talking to a male, dark hair, um, dark short hair. He's not very tall, but she's telling him that he dropped the ball on something and wagging her finger. Like, you didn't do this. You should have told me that. Yeah, she is angry and she is scared. She's not sure that she could see a way out for herself. She's just too enmeshed in what's going on. Um, yeah, as she's yelling at this guy, she's saying, "Yeah, and who's going to look after my ass?" Okay, all right. Um, yeah, she feels like she has given much more than she has gotten back. Oh, you know what? It almost feels like she's getting ready to walk away. She can't see any off ramp. She can't see anywhere that she can go that she feels tainted. She feels very, very tainted. This was explained to her that it was going to be a lot simpler than it is. She's tired. She's had enough. Oh, okay, okay. I'm thinking now. I'm wondering if the person that she's yelling at is Kash Patel. That that you're not doing your end of things. Oh, okay. Really started to get a little bit of heartburn, and I think it's going to get worse. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave Pam. Let her be. Stew in that for a while. Whoa. You're muted.
Yes, yes. Okay, so that was excellent. You might want to mute while I kind of do this. So excellent. Okay, so when you were talking about her in her office and she's very mad and she doesn't understand it and all that, I got imprisonment. Yep, she's like imprisoned. Like she's in. She either knows she might go to prison or she feels trapped behind the bar. You know what I mean? She's like, this is awful. And then you got the drop the ball, and with a dark haired person. And then you continued on. You think it was maybe Cash Patel. I got this accomplishment and partners in crime. Exactly. I was like, oh, yes, yes. And then the tainted, like she's been tainted. She feels like nobody's out there. She feel yeah, I got fraud. She wasn't qualified for the job in the first place. She feels like she's said people are not backing her up. I mean, she's just a fraud at this point in time. So yeah, and then the last one right before you were gone, you saying you were getting some heartburn and stuff like that, and I got mind control. I'm not too sure where you were going with that. I don't know where to place this one, but this was definitely the last card that I was holding up while you were coming out of that. It could be the how she's feeling like they've been dictating her job from the get-go, and she was never allowed to do what she wanted to do anyway, and so they were mind controlling her, and now she's wondering how I did everything you wanted me to do, how am I in trouble now, kind of a thing. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. That is, yeah, that is amazing. See, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You really can't make it up. So yeah, I think that she is feeling very much imprisoned, and that she's not getting the support that she's getting. And she has seen that, yeah, Christy No made the mistake of saying something against your leader, and man, she was up the door. So yeah, I think that Pam Bondi is feeling like she's next.
And you know
And
what? She probably is afraid of going to prison because what she has done is absolutely illegal because of the law that her boss signed into law.
yes, yes.
So,
And
mm,
I think it's absolutely amazing that just the other day, the Epstein estate released a trove of documents, pictures, videos, and so on. And we all knew that, this didn't look good for the Orange Menace. What came out, excuse me, earlier today, the DOJ, they found some missing documents. I know
of
it's
course.
shocking, but yeah, they found them and they're going to release them.
Well, they released the one where it talks about I forget her name. I don't know why. Since I'm here, I'm forgetting her name. But people in the chat will know the 13-year-old
Oh,
where they did
Virginia?
the interview. No, the 13-year-old.
Oh, oh, oh. Yes, yes, yes.
I can't think of her name yet right now. Somebody in the chat will remember her name. Anywho,
Yes.
onwards, they did an interview. They did 3 interviews with her. And not only did they do interviews, not only did they forget Katie Johnson, right? They didn't release them into the public with their Epstein files until they were pushed to do so. Not only that, they have found that the FBI found her statements credible. Credible. So that's
Yeah.
also in the files, in the documents out there. I mean, how did the Republicans are pulled jumping over all of this? I used to fancy myself an intelligent woman, but this one is boggled my mind.
I know.
You know,
I
how
know.
racist do you have to be to pull jump over sex crimes against children? How racist do you really have to be that way?
Mhm.
I'm preaching.
Well, I
Sorry.
I know. I know. We're all on the podium with you. And one of the things that I said yesterday, and it was, when they were, um, oh, it was somebody else's show, and I just happened to be in the chat, and they were talking about, yeah, Trump trying to send, is he going to put boots on the ground in Iran and so on. And the flash that I got right away was, oh yeah, he's going to stand up and he's going to say, we've now that Kristi Noem is gone, I've realized how badly she treated the immigrants, and they really do deserve, a path to citizenship. So, and any illegal immigrants, if you join the military right now, and you're going to go fight the war, automatic citizenship. Yeah, you bypass everything, you become citizens. That way, he can he can still, throw bodies at the war, but they're they're not important bodies, they're brown bodies.
Well, that is
So
true,
for the
but
time
but
being,
it takes years to train them up. He can't just throw them at him and then send them over. He has to send trained soldiers to go fight a war.
you would think.
Yeah, yeah.
You would think.
I mean,
But
I
it's
mean,
it's the same thing. What did Russia do when they invaded Ukraine? They were
well,
sending in soldiers who had no idea how to. I mean, some of them were told, yeah, make sure that you bring your own weapons, your own this, your own that. It's not really about fighting as much as it is, yeah, human cannon fodder. That's what it is.
since
Yeah.
wait, I thought they always got citizenship automatically. That is not true. That means when somebody walks onto American soil, what they automatically get is due process,
Yes.
not automatically citizenship. There's a difference in that. They get due process as to whether they can stay or they can't, or they have to go. What the Kristi Noem and her fleet of idiots were trying to do is to eliminate that due process and just, if you're
Yes.
brown, you got to go, kind of a situation. If you're Mexican, you're already, done. So
Yes.
that's what they really wanted to do, is bypass that whole thing. But they're
Yes.
not automatic citizens.
No, and even like Rose Blue said, I mean, she meant for military service. There are a good
Oh,
number of
oh, oh,
people
oh,
who
okay. I'm
served
sorry.
in the military who were told that they were citizens who were still picked up and shipped out
Well,
because
I get what you were saying for the military men. Yeah, yeah, they would automatically make them U.S. citizens to fight in the war for the United States.
yeah,
However, what she's saying is if you commit a crime when you're back in the United States, they can rip that citizenship away from you and deport you.
yeah,
So it's not a guaranteed thing unless you behave, or whenever you have a Kristi Noem again, she just, you are you are American citizen while brown, you've got to go, kind of a thing. So
exactly.
I'm salty about her.
Exactly.
I just, ugh.
Yeah,
Anywho,
yeah, yeah.
so
So,
do you got one for me?
I do. Can we take a look and at Trump's neck rash?
Uh,
Is that is
his
that the evil in him, starting to come out? The
spiritually,
rotten on the
yes.
inside?
Yes, he's just one rash away from dying. I'm sure he's just staying alive out of spite at this point. Um,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I will
his,
I will mute myself and
yeah.
I will grab
I
some
mean,
cards.
yeah, and I have to have some honorable mentions. Somebody says somebody threw some holy water on him and made, his rash. So that was really funny. Or maybe his diaper rash has made it to his neck. Who knows? But I will look at his health. You know what? It's almost like spirit above, like we told him to come up here a long time ago. He's just not going. They're like, where is he? Why isn't he going? So, okay. I gotta get myself warmed up to get into, and I'm not going directly into Trump's energy because it's nasty, and he's just so full of himself. He's grandiose, so he thinks he's above the law, above this and all that. So it's really just ugh. So what I'm going to go into is his doctor. Okay, I'm going to remote view and see if I can get any information from his doctor and see what's going on. Now, I'm not going to be able to diagnose it. A lot of people say it's syphilis. A lot of people say maybe it's shingles. A lot of people, there's a lot of that going on. But let's see. Let's see how, I think his immune system, I just saw his, how you see a barometer on a car when you have the tank and it has empty and full, and his is like, he's like sucking fumes right now. So I just saw that. Poor Marina. I haven't even closed my eyes yet. She's like, close your eyes so I can draw cards. Okay, let me see what his teacher. I'm gonna go teacher. His doctors. Huh. I don't know what this is, but they're like extracting something out of cadavers. Like it's a dead person on that cart. And they're taking stuff out of a cadaver. And like like precious, and then inserting it into Trump. I don't know what that is. If I'm a doctor, I could guess maybe stem cell something, but I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't be able to give you all that. But that's exactly the scene that I'm giving. Oh, he's reacting to the stem cells. That's why they showed me this. His body is fighting that. That's the reason why. What are you giving what are you giving that to him for? They're trying to do something about this. I'm not, I wish I'm more medical, but I'm not. But it looks like, so if I'm just a ordinary person looking at this situation, the stem cells and then the blood going through his veins, it's like it's for the blood, or that's where the blood in his body is transferring whatever the stem cell something or other is doing. But his body is rejecting that. Wow, I never would have thought that. Okay. What else? What else you got? The doctor. Okay, I'm watching the doctor. And Trump goes, everybody leaves, and he's in his office, and he has just a lamp on his desk, and he has like what maybe possibly Trump's charge or whatever laid out in front of him, and he just like, oh my god, like, I can't do anymore. I don't know what else to do. Am I going to be in trouble for this? Am I going to be down for this? Am I going to, you know what I mean? He is so worried about this whole situation. He's like, there's no good outcome of this. There's nothing I can do if his body's rejecting this. There's not that was our last thing. That was it. That's what I feel him doing, and he's very worried about that. He gets up, he doesn't go home anymore. He's like on call 24/7 because most of the time, something or something. He's like, I have to be here just in case. He has doctors on call, like legit doctors on call. They're that nervous about his health. They're just waiting to. Like, we can't keep this circus up. How interesting. Okay, I'm going to come up and out of that. Is there anything else you want to show me? The medicine is hurting Trump more than it's helping him, is what the doctor is thinking. It's hurting him more than it's helping him at this point. His body is rejecting all avenues of treatment. All right. Okay, I'm coming up. Is he dead yet? I wish. Wow.
Lisa, soon. Soon.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Trump right now is the way that he's feeling, and when you're talking about the doctors, doing whatever they can, they want to break free. They feel trapped. They're being told to do something that is impossible.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, can you, make this man a whole when he's
That's why
not.
he's so worried. Is at his desk, and he's like,
Yes. 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 And he very much at this point, around him, there's anxiety and mental struggle that, I think the doctors realize that, they're going to be held accountable. There's not a whole lot that they can do. So they're doing the best that they can with what they've got. And yet at the same time, it's experimenting. It's experimenting. And when you were talking about the stem cells and whatnot, do it now. Don't wait.
Wow. I don't think. Yeah, I don't
So
think his body. Yeah.
no, this is something that is really untested. It's not, based in anything, based in anything that they can work off of. It's just do something. Oh, okay, well, let's try bleach. How's that? Well, throw anything. And fighting his body, fighting the stem cells. Yeah. Brain fog, headache.
Oh yeah.
That's part of what he's that's how his body is reacting to that. It's not doing it's not working. And again, the doctors are faced with a challenge. It's a difficult situation. You can't, this is someone that, and it's funny because the card that came out after that was other side, signs from heaven. So it's like, you know what? This guy has been dead for months. It's just nobody told him to lay down and close his eyes. And
Yeah.
so
Heaven's holding up a sign. No, do a U-turn.
yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And they are what they are trying to do is, yeah, get control, take power back, and you can't. You absolutely can't do that because there is nothing there to take back, right? And I when you said um that the treatment is doing more harm than good, yes, I think you're absolutely right in that is exactly what's happening, and the doctors aren't learning a lot because, I mean, yeah, they've got the wisdom, they've got the experience. They know there are some things that you cannot resurrect, and yet they're being, um, in a way, forced to, take care of him. And as you were talking about, yeah, this is going on with Trump's doctors. I got a sense that the same thing is happening with Putin and his doctors.
Yeah.
That it's very similar
Similar.
situation.
Yep. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out that his body is reacting to the treatment, and that's the reason for the rash. That shocked me. I never in a million years would have thought that, connected
Yes.
that.
Yeah, but you're right.
Because everybody's like syphilis, this, that, and the other, but it's the, oh my gosh. So that's just fantastic. All right,
Yeah.
so now your turn. One more, and then I gotta go get my panda. She's
Okay,
ready.
okay.
Yeah, her
Yes,
yeah
and
her her salon appointment. This her salon. Her miracle worker is what I call her with Panda. She just
oh,
texted me and said that she's ready. So, okay. So,
okay. Perfect.
are you
Perfect. Perfect.
ready?
I'm ready. And what do you want me to look at?
All right. So, let's do, let me think. Let's do, I kind of wanted to do something like, how the social media people are kind of going against Trump now, the independent social media, all of them. I was wanting to kind of go that way, but I think we overdid that. Let's see. Political burnout. I don't know if there's a question out of that either.
Okay.
So
Um,
a lot of people when we don't know where Elon is. He's not. We don't know where Elon is. Maybe let's take it. Okay, wait. Let's take a question from the chat and see if anybody in the chat has a remote view suggestion for Marina. Now we're not going to take like the first one. We're going to kind of sift through them. Hegseth. So
yes.
whichever one you feel comfortable doing, we got Hegseth.
Okay.
How
What's
about
Heggs?
food supply and mailing systems?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Um,
Do you want to do
foods.
Hegseth? Yeah, because then you'll just feel drunk the whole time. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
JD Vance, Holy War. Let's see what else we
Okay.
got. Musk.
The
You pick one. It's going to be your remote view.
okay.
Voting.
Um, yeah, let's go with that one. Hold on. Come on, Marina, dude. Pick one, pick one. Um, or I just saw.
Caroline Lovett. No, I don't think I've ever done a remote view on her.
Oh, yeah, she's. Uh, yeah, Karen. I think she's on her way out. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just do Keg's breath. What is his?
Keg's breath.
Yeah.
his his
What's going on with him?
his drunkenness himself, Mr. Drunkenness.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure you heard him say Trump is this, that, and the other, and he's bringing back Jesus or something along that line. I'm like, And we're like, what in the crazy are you talking about, you weirdo? I'm
Exactly.
like, can you please keep that to your own nightmares and not bring it up? Because now we know how crazy you are.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So you go for it. I'm going to mute myself and you go for it.
Okay. Oh my. Okay. So the first thing that popped into my head, and this was, I could see a comedian from back in the 70s, 80s, and his performance was all about saying inappropriate things and being like the drunk speaker at a company Christmas party, and what was and so that's I see him standing there with a glass in his hand, and then uh that it's that kind of energy. He is he is trying to control his drinking. Um, it's like he's staggering drinking throughout the day. Um, because someone told him that that's a way that he can get control over it, is if he staggers it throughout the day, but it's not working. It's like there there's not that many blood cells going through his veins as much as there is alcohol. He's he's confused. Um, he too is starting to almost lose his memory in that he can't. He's talking to someone and he's looking at them like, why do I have to tell you this again? I've already told you this. And the other person is going, no, it's the first I'm hearing about it. And he's like, I've told you. Oh man, he's not. He's high most of the time. Like I'm feeling very disconnected. Like there's, um, I close my eyes and hours have gone by, and I swear that I just closed them for a few minutes. No, he's being watched, and there are people that are around him that are keeping an eye on him, and it's almost like play acting. They're telling him, okay, here you go, you put on this uniform, and you're in charge of everyone. Go in that room and tell them what you want them to do, and they all have to do what you say. But his mind is, um, he's he's confused. He's confused, and it's like he's being manipulated and used. Who is standing behind him that is doing that? That is encouraging him to, yeah, to go a little bonkers. And they're not calling him out on that stuff. They're encouraging that stuff. Who is this? And they're very, very tailored suit, and then like a robe or something over top of this suit. Like they want to hide their identity. Um, they're controlling Hegseth by letting him kind of live in that drunken fantasy. Okay. All right. Coming out.
Yeah, that one is a little weird.
Mhm.
Mostly with the drinking. What I got first off when you're talking about his drinking and stuff, and he wants to quit, he wants to cleanse, he wants to stop. He has that passion to stop. And then coming together, like he wants to be protected. You were talking about him talking to another person and trying to get clarity and stuff like that. So you got the coming together, and he wants that. And then you were talking about how uh he was like a puppet, or he was like saying stuff or something along that lines, or they were watching him and stuff like that. He's on the hotbed. You know what I mean? He's in the hotbed. He's in the hot seat. He's in the hot seat.
Mhm.
And they all know that, they put the idiots in the hot seat. And the ones that are unqualified, that leaves only one person to make the decisions. And I don't think it's Trump anymore. I do think it's like Stephen Miller. I do think it's along that lines. So they put the idiots out front, Pam Bondi, Noam, Hegseth, the idiots, and then that creates one person making decisions because they have to rely on that because these people don't know what to do. So he's on the hotbed. And then as you were going through, I think you were picking up on his regret being there, his regret of the job, his regret of what he's doing, especially with his alcoholism. Either he regrets the job or he's regretting the alcoholism, or both.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Because he's there during those moments of clarity, he understands that things are not as they should be. But it's like with alcoholics and with alcohol in your system to the extent that he has been drinking, it's it would take a long period of being absolutely dry to get all that alcohol out of your system.
well, I
So
do know a little bit about that, and it takes a whole year before alcohol literally leaves your body
wow.
from your stem cells, from not stem cells, I got stem
Yes.
cells on my mind, but from your, everything from your skin, your body, your organs. It takes almost a whole year
Yeah.
of being off of alcohol for it to actually leave your body with no trace. And alcohol brain fog lasts for quite some time unless you get treatment for whatever it was that you were an alcoholic for.
Yes.
So there's a lot to that. And alcoholism is, there's a lot of people that suffer from it. And he's suffering from alcoholism. There's no doubt in my mind. A lot of people, he can just stop, not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily. It's difficult after you've blown past that safety spot. When you've blown past that and you become a full-blown alcoholic, it's almost near impossible. In fact, the success rate of an alcoholic actually stopping before he dies of alcoholism is slim to zero, really. But I mean, there are some out there that can and should and do. No
Yes.
doubt in my mind, but it's, out of 10 people, maybe 3 of them make it.
Exactly, because
And
a
that's a
lot of
high
people
number.
think that, yeah, and a lot of people think that, well, you treat the alcoholic, right? You treat take away the alcohol and the problem goes away. No, that's not the case, because there's
Yeah.
always psychological issues that are underneath that that made alcohol and alcohol consumption a viable choice. So unless you address the underlying issue, controlling alcoholism controlling the alcohol flow isn't going to do anything,
Right.
because you have to address the
When you stop drinking, all you got is a sober drunk. You know what I mean? Unless you fix.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. If you what's this
absolutely,
old saying? It says if you sober up a horse, all you have is a sober. If you take the alcohol away from a horse thief, the only thing you have left, unless you get treatment, is a sober horse thief. That's what it is. I didn't get that right.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, my dear.
exactly.
I hate
Uh,
this is great and wonderful, but my poor little panda, she's waiting for her mama to
that's
come pick
right.
her up
Yeah.
from the prison.
Panda needs you. Panda needs you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. And yes, I've got to get ready. I've got a couple readings right after this, so I'm going to go get ready for that. Thank you, Sheila. We'll
You're
have to do
welcome,
this
hon.
again.
Well, you
We'll
are on my
definitely.
channel next time. So, yep,
Absolutely.
we're gonna come
Absolutely.
over to Colorado next time. So you guys enjoy
Done.
that. We will get together and we will make another appointment on my
Yes,
channel. So yeah, we're gonna keep this up. This is great stuff. I love it.
it
So
is. Yeah, love it.
yep.
All right,
All
everyone.
right.
Take care. Bye for now.